Hello everyone and welcome to Dew Valley. Today we're going to have a little bit of motivation, homemaker style.
Good morning everyone and welcome to today's video. I thought I would do something a little different, homemaker's motivation. Yesterday I had a busy day and I had a lot of things that I had to do. And to be honest with you, I really didn't feel like doing them. But I turned that camera on. I didn't do any talking. I thought, you know what? I can turn the camera on and get working. As the minutes turned into hours, suddenly I started feeling so much better about getting all the things I needed to get done, and I felt like I accomplished something. I don't know about you, but some mornings I wake up and I think I'd rather just sit here and have some breakfast and not do anything. But I get up and I get my chores done, because if I don't do them the one day, then the next day it gets harder and harder and harder to do them. So today we're going to have some motivation, Homestead Tessie style. Sit down, enjoy yourself, and have a cup of coffee or your breakfast or your lunch or your supper, or who knows, maybe you're watching me at midnight. And I hope that you get some inspiration today, motivation to get your job done that you need to do. Even if you have to pause the video, maybe you see me doing something and you thought, you know what, you need to do that too. Pause the video, do your chores, come back and watch it. Or maybe you want to just let it play, let it run while you're working at home. Either way, enjoy the video everyone, and we'll see you guys again. Let's have some fun and let's get some work done.
First thing that we did was we went for groceries, and I like getting up early before I do my household chores. That way I can get here right when the store opens, because there's nobody in the store and I can film to my heart's content and I don't have to worry about people. I love going to Sharp Shopper. They have them all over the eastern. I think they have them in a couple different states, West Virginia, Virginia, and of course in Pennsylvania. I like to see what I can find, and I like good deals. It was just a quick trip, and then we have to get back to get all of my work done. Sometimes when I go away and I come home, I don't feel like working. And this was one of those days. I really did not feel like doing the work that I had to do. But after a while, it's got easier. And I thought, you know what? I could at least turn the camera on and get some motivation that way. I love filming inside my home, but sometimes it looks a little dark on camera. But that's life. That's how it is. And even though it's not dark in real life, sometimes the camera makes things look a little bit dark, especially if you're watching on a phone. So I try to keep that in mind, but I'm not going to put up a lot of artificial lights. I used to do that. Then it would cause glares, and well, it took the whole natural look out of everything. First thing I always like to do is wash and put our bed together and have a made bed that we can crawl into each night. It's interesting how different people do things differently. We love a lot of covers on our bed. We always have, even this is summertime. Now we do have a small air conditioner unit in this bedroom, and it does get quite cold, and it's right behind our headboard. So we like to have a lot of covers. Always been that way. The quilt that you see is a quilt that my mother made for me when I was 10 years old, and that was on my bed all through the last 38 years. She kept it on the bed in my bedroom, and then when they passed away, I took the quilt home. It's amazing how well made it is. Now, I only wash it once a year because we really don't cover up with the quilt, and it doesn't get dirty. I'm so very thankful that my mother was a seamstress and a quilter, because I have a lot of different quilts and a lot of things that she made for me. Now we have the bed made. That's a big chore. And now we're going to go ahead and just do some other cleaning in the bedroom before I start on the rest of the house. When I'm cleaning, I like to have the room's done. So I will do everything in that room, and then when it's done, I'll move on to the next room. My mother was different. My mother would do all the vacuuming in the house, and she would go back and then do the dusting in each room. Not me. I do everything room by room by room. And now we're in the living room, which is a little dark looking, I know, but I just love the wood paneling. As you know, I love the color brown, and this house suits me perfectly. I remember the day we looked at it to buy it, I thought to myself, there's potential in this house. I can make it look like a cabin. And that's what I did. To me, it's my own little cabin. And now I'm working on an area that is where my books are. First, I have to plug in the kitty cat, which you will see different places throughout my videos. I love changing things up. So you will see the kitty cat at one place, another place, and it purrs. So I just plug it in now and the solar units. That way it runs. I love it. It goes by your name too. So if you call its name, it will purr. I know, it's childlike, but I love it. It brings me a lot of happiness. So I'm going to go ahead and work on that, clean up my books, and then I work towards the rest of the house. I start from the back and work front, or I start from the front and work back. Today is a little bit of an opposite way. Most of my time is spent in the kitchen. That's where I get a lot of the chores done. And I always like having a clean kitchen. Especially when I film. I like to have things as clean as I possibly can. I'm a maximalist. That means I like a lot of things. But all of the things that I have a use to them. So I guess you could say it's useful clutter, not just clutter. I don't have trash or junk or anything like that. It's just things that are old that I enjoy. I really have a nice window at my kitchen, which makes it really nice because the sun comes in there, especially in the evening. I made my own magic erasers with some baking soda. I have a video on that, a DIY project. They're really cheap to make, and it really works good. Remember now, my stove is 14 years old, so it has a little wear and tear. But having a clean kitchen right when you open the front door sure does make a girl feel good. And changing things up, that's my middle name. I've been doing that ever since I can remember, even my own bedroom as a child. I was always rearranging things. So if you see one thing look one way, one video, you may not see it that way again. It makes things a little exciting, especially if you don't go shopping. It just makes it fun. It makes things look new again. And now I'm working on outside projects. What I like to do is try to have all the inside work done first, before I get working on the outside. Here we had a tree limb that fell down, and I just want some of the branches for my outdoor stove that I make pizza on it. By the way, it's time to make pizza again, since it's getting cooler. Another tip that has really helped me out through the years is I have more than one set of bed sheets. And what I like to do is I like to interchange them. So I will have one bed sheet and then I will have another one, and that way I can always make the bed right away and with the clean sheets and then have the other sheets. It makes things a lot easier. That way the bed's not messed up for most of the day. I'm able just to interchange them. Many of our neighbors have burn barrels as well. We don't burn plastic or anything like that in the neighborhood, but we do burn cardboard and branches and leaves and things like that. So our neighbor above us does the same thing. Our neighbor across from us does the same thing. And we are very conscious of each other, so we don't burn anything that would be toxic, but it does help keep the property really nice and clean. And now I'm just working on other projects to get things finished for the day. I'm starting to feel a little more motivated. I'm getting a lot done, and it feels really good. I posted a video many years ago, when you don't feel like being Martha Stewart. That's kind of how I felt. But by the end of the day, I was really glad it was done. I like to wash my baskets and then I dry them in the sun. It just helps sanitize them a little bit. So I guess you could say this is a day when I didn't feel like being Martha Stewart. In other words, I didn't feel like having everything perfected. What I'm working on here now is I'm taking some of my rosemary that I got. Now this I got at the store. I do now have rosemary growing, but I have some of this our daughter gave me, and I'm going to be making some vinegar with it. I was going to use the balsamic vinegar, but then I thought I'm not sure if we're going to care for that. So I'm going to be using just regular white vinegar. This is one way that you can season your vinegar if you're making deviled eggs or you're making potato salad. It has a little bit of a better flavor to it. And it looks pretty too. I'll keep it on my counter at least for a couple months, and then I'll probably put it away with my food storage. But I just think it looks so pretty. So even on days when it starts out you feel a little crummy, you can turn it into a great day if you just do one little project at a time. And that's what I did. I started out with one little project, and as I got that done, I started feeling better. And before you knew it, I had my whole day work done. Thanks for following along with me and giving me inspiration. I hope I motivated you today. Take care. We'll see you guys again on the next one. Bye, everybody.